Hey, family, welcome back. Sports Pro B. Seymour, SeymourBarry15gmail.com. That's SeymourBarry15gmail.com. We are at week 5, and these are some big picks coming up. 10-6 last week again. I'm just missing. I'm trying to get them all. And I know you are too, so let's just keep pushing ahead as we move into tonight's week 5 action in Denver. Indianapolis Colts, will be invading Denver. The Broncos over at Mile High Stadium. Neither team has played well, but Denver's 2-2. Indianapolis 1-2-1 after tying Houston on week 1. So they need a win bad. They need a win. Frank Reich needs a win. Matt Ryan needs a win. That Colt organization needs a win. You don't want to fall 1-3-1 behind right now after the first 5. So I'm looking at Denver has a better receiving core. Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, with Russell Wilson throwing them the ball, Bradley Chubb on defense. Formidable team. At 2-2 right now, they're in the thick of their division, the AFC West, which was supposedly the best division in football before the season started. All the teams there are struggling. So the Colts just trying to keep pace. They lost a tough one to Tennessee last week, but they get Tennessee again in a week or two. So this would be a big win for them, and I think they'll win tonight. I think they go on the road and pull out a victory, 24-23, 24-21. I just think the need to win a game is what the NFL is all about. Can you stay in it, in your races, in your division long enough to give yourself a chance the second half of the season? And the Colts, that's where they are right now. They won't have running back Taylor, Jonathan Taylor. He's a scratch for tonight. But they do have Philip Lindsay, who was a former running back for the Denver Broncos. And so I look for Lindsay to actually come out of anywhere, kind of out of nowhere, to kind of have a big game tonight. So let's just keep an eye on that running back, Philip Lindsay, who was the former running back for the Denver Broncos. So I'm going to take Indianapolis in this game. Like I said, 24-23, 24-21, I'm looking at the score, so that Indy stays afloat in the AFC division, okay? The 1 o'clock slate on Sunday. New York Giants travel to London with the Green Bay Packers, and we will be playing 9:30 a.m. football again on Sunday morning. Like I said, in London, Tottenham Stadium. These two great NFL franchises will play against each other to give the fans overseas a little bit taste of football in back-to-back weeks. Now, the Giants just signed Landon Collins, the former D-back, who was a great player for them, was all pro for them. So they just signed him. He's going to meet them over in London. And Aaron Rodgers will be showing up with a new receiving core, but he's got those two horsebacks, A.J. Dillon and Ronald Jones. So I just look at that as the difference in the game. I think Green Bay wins, even though the Giants are playing better. But right now, Green Bay is a little bit better. A lot more experience, and the great Aaron Rodgers is starting to make some strides with that receiving core, that young receiving core, mixed in with a couple of sprinkles of pepper with Randall Cobb and Sammy Watkins to make that formidable receiving core something to be dealt with as we get to the second half of the season. So I think Green Bay will win. And at this point, I'm looking at a 27-17, maybe 27-20 victory in that game. Pittsburgh travels to Buffalo. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, defense, Ron Miller. Pittsburgh goes down in that game. Buffalo 31-17. Even with Kenny Pickett starting at quarterback for Buffalo, he'll play well. I think he'll play well. Too much Buffalo defense, too much Buffalo offense. Buffalo wins that game. The Chargers head into Cleveland. I'm taking the Chargers on the road. They just have to do it. They just have to win and prove that they can win a game against a very good team. The Cleveland Browns are very good, and they don't even have Deshaun Watson yet. But they're a pretty good team. But I think the Chargers on the road will take this victory. Chicago going into Minnesota. They need to win. They need to win. Minnesota should beat them. But I'm going to take the Bears. I think Justin Fields will finally have a good game. And Minnesota should win this game. They should win this game. I should be picking Minnesota all day. I'm going to take Chicago. All right? New England at home against Detroit. Detroit has been pesky all year. Dan Campbell has those guys playing. But Bill Belichick needs a win. And what better place to do it is at home. We got that raucous crowd in Gillette Stadium. I just think at this point New England needs the game. They need to stay in the AFC East atop, at least stay around, because right now Matt Jones ain't coming back for another couple weeks. So they need to stay around. That third-string quarterback played well. So let's see what happens. I'm going to take New England in that game. I'm also going to take New Orleans going up against Seattle in the Bayou land. I just think that New Orleans should win the game, and I'm going to go with New Orleans 31-13 in that game. Miami and the Jets, interesting game in the Meadowlands in MetLife Stadium. You'd think Miami will win, but I don't think they're as successful with Tyrod Taylor in the Meadowlands. I just think that the Jets will win the game. Okay, I just think the Jets will win a tough, hard-fought 27-24 game in the Meadowlands on Sunday in the 1 o'clock slate. Tampa Bay going up against Atlanta. Tom Brady's hand is fine. He said his thumb is fine. Atlanta has played with moxie all year under Arthur Smith. Tampa Bay needs the game. They got to stay afloat. They got to stay right there, in the division not only, but to make a playoff push in the second half without those receivers being there. But if Mike Evans is playing, they always have a chance with Tom Brady. So I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Washington Commanders are playing Tennessee at home in the Virginia area, D.C. area. I don't know. I mean, Ron Rivera's gonna pull one out of the hat, but it's not gonna be this week. Tennessee is gonna win on the road. Another close game, 24-20. Derrick Henry has a big day on the road, a big day. On the ground, on the road, Tennessee Titans win this game. In the final game of the 1 o'clock slate, this is my upset game of the week. Houston heads down into Jacksonville. Jacksonville played a superior team and played them nose to nose in Philadelphia last week and should have and could have won the game without some fourth quarter turnovers. That's why I'm sitting here saying to myself, you know what? This is a Lovie Smith week. This is a Lovie Smith week. Houston is going to go into Jacksonville and win this game. Remember, you heard it first here on SeymourBarry15gmail.com on SportsPro. SeymourBarry15gmail.com, SportsPro. Houston Texans are going to beat Jacksonville this week in Jacksonville. Remember, you heard it first here. 4 o'clock slate. My 49ers go up against Carolina. I think we played well last week. We can play better. We need to run the ball more. We need to get more out of our turnovers. We need to catch some interceptions that we missed last week. So I'm looking at the 49ers to defeat Carolina. Baker Mayfield, we should harass him. We'll get at least 5 sacks this week. 49ers. The 49ers win this game 27-10, 27-13 tops. Dallas heads to SoFi Stadium to play the Rams. Taking the Rams to defeat Dallas in the first game since Dak's been gone. I think the Rams will win this game somewhere, 2017. Close game. Most NFL games are going to be close. They're not going to be blowouts. So if you look at the spread, you're picking the spread. I take the points on most teams, to be honest with you. So I just think that the Rams will beat Dallas. They'll knock that 3-0 out of Jerry Jones's hands. Excuse me, with the backup quarterback playing for Dak. So I see the Rams winning this game. Arizona up and down. Philadelphia on the road. Big win last week over Jacksonville. Arizona needs to win. Their defense is just as good as Dallas's. I want to take Dallas, though. I do. I want to take Dallas. Arizona loses a lot of games at home that they should win. So I don't think this will be one of them. I think Arizona will win this game in a little shootout, mini shootout, 31-28 maybe. 31-28. I'll take the Cardinals in this game. Cincinnati goes into Baltimore, a divisional game. Lamar lost last week. Joe Burrow and company came in and won last week. So who do you take? I take Baltimore this week. Coming off a tough loss at home. A lot went on with John Harbaugh on the decision to go forward instead of getting the 3 last week. You live and you learn. I just take I go with Lamar Jackson over Joe Burrow in this one. I think it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a good game. I'm looking. This might be a 24-23 game. 24-23 game. I think it's gonna be something like that. 24-23. I'm gonna take the Ravens over the Bengals. And on Monday night, I'm going with Vegas. They play Kansas City in Kansas City. They just came off their first win of the season. They need more Devontae Adams, and they need more Josh Jacobs. And Patrick Mahomes is going to be Patrick Mahomes. That's why this is going to be a shootout. 34-31, the Raiders on the road. The Raiders. I take the Raiders in this game. B. Seymour, Sports Pro, SeymourBarry15, gmail.com, SeymourBarry15 @gmail.com. Thanks for joining me again. Again, hit me. You're not giving me no likes, but you're not giving me any not likes. So I appreciate you guys. Hit me with some likes at SeymourBarry15, gmail.com, SeymourBarry15 @gmail.com. Let me know what you think of my picks. Let me know what your picks are. And, hey, listen, next week is next week, but let's get through this week 5, okay, guys? Take care. Be safe. Be Seymour at SeymourBarry15, gmail.com, SeymourBarry15 @gmail.com. Stay in touch. I love the vibe that I'm getting from you guys, and I'm going to keep bringing the show to you as long as you want it. Week 5 NFL picks on Sports Pro. Take care. Be safe. Peace.